Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Evolutions are 100% carrying team of the season right now, with two new insane evolutions dropped yesterday for Serie A team of the season. Now, there's plenty more, including a brand new SBC pack of grind with bronze cards now, with the crafting objective being refreshed, thankfully, from EA. But EA is also doing more things with this Dybala SBC, trying to make fodder sell again on the market. We're going to talk about that today because I think there's more investment opportunity with some fodder and some team of the season cards. Big investment potential for this upcoming week of content. And we actually have to mention FC26 today, with a bunch of leaks being posted yesterday. Just worth a mention at the end of the video. Let's get into things, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Of course, as we get into the video today, we're going to look over everything from yesterday's big Serie A TOTS promo Friday. There was a lot of content that was dropped. You might have missed some of it. We're going to cover it all here. Now, also yesterday, the servers were a bit of a problem, which doesn't really make a lot of sense for Serie A team of the season. You would thought that maybe the servers would have gone down for Premier League TOTS or like League One at the very beginning, since it was the first week. But those servers times were pretty decent. They were down yesterday for a while, or at least very glitchy and inconsistent. I think now they are better, but that was kind of an interesting note right at the content drop of yesterday. Now, starting with the big player SBC, we have Paulo Dybala, Mr. Serie A, one of the biggest names in Serie A of FIFA's past, of Ultimate Teams of old. He's had some legendary cards. This is a fan favorite for sure. A great Promo Friday SBC card. 5-star, 5-star, great stats, great playstyle pluses, can play striker, center attacking mid. This SBC has a lot of hype, and I think for good reason. I think the card here is maybe missing a rapid or a quick step playstyle. Maybe a tiki taka would have been nice as well. He has good roles: false 9++, playmaker, and shadow striker, and the price isn't unbearable. I think if this card was on the market, would he be 550,000 coins at what this SBC is now valued at? I don't know if he would. I think he'd be maybe a little bit less than that as a 95 rated TOTS card. Maybe around 550 like during the weekend now, first day, second day. But I think he'd end up being a little bit cheaper than that on the market. Don't get me wrong, it's a great card, but some of the things of the SBC and just the fact that this card doesn't necessarily fit the way that I have my squad set up is probably meaning I'm going to skip this SBC. But it looks like a lot of people are not. 84% upvoted and 1,200 upvotes to 95 downvotes on his actual card. Dybala is just very hyped, and I totally understand doing this SBC. Just personally for me, I don't think it's going to be one that I'm going to be completing, but it is a very good card, and he's going to be insane in game. Now, the specific thing about his requirements that I'm not a huge fan of is what EA just started doing, which I said that I liked when they dropped it with Xhaka, and I did, but what they did here was actually make it a bit more difficult. You have to turn in exactly 8 87s, 88s, and 89s, and that's a lot of 89s. I was just taking a look at the market and just noticed that all 89s, except for the two that we almost always pack, Odegaard and Hegerberg, are going up a lot in price. Take a look at 89 rated Ter Stegen. This is crazy. People are still listing these cards at minimum price because they don't know that they actually sell. This could be a sniping or a bidding opportunity for sure. But 89s are going up on the market. Like, look at this, from 9.2k up to 11, 12, 13,000 coins. And you can see even some other ones here at like 16k for these 89 rated cards. The problem with this requirement and 8 of them, I think 8's the problem. It's too many. If it was 5, it'd be a lot easier. If I look at my club, and I haven't done a big SBC since I did the icon player pick, how many 89s do I have? I've got Van Dijk, Lautaro, Mapi Leon, Odegaard, Ter Stegen, and Salah. So kind of a bad example because I actually I have 7 89s, but it's not that easy to pack 89 rated. Like, I feel like I pack Odegaard and Hegerberg a lot, and it's going to take me a little bit. I'm going to have to actually try to open some packs or go and buy players off the market to get these 89 rated squads done. I think a lot of people are actually having to go do that, hence why these cards are up. So that's just maybe something that's a little bit nitpicky for me, but I think if they're going to do these exact 89, 88, and 87 rated player requirements here, I feel like they should do 5 of them or 6 of them. 8 seems a bit too heavy, because if I was doing an 89 rated squad regularly, I wouldn't need all those 89s. All I would need is a couple TOTS cards at 92 and 93, and then some 85, 6s, and 7s to fill out the rest of the team to get the 89 rated squad. So that's one thing that I'm not a huge fan of, but I think it's actually going to make us coins, as we've kind of seen there, right? Some of those cards are having fluctuations in price. There's an investment we can make. We're going to talk about that later. So do the Dybala. Don't let me talk you down out of that. Like, do the Dybala if that interests you, because that is a good SBC card. He's going to be so good in game. But for me personally, I just think it's not going to be for me. Now, we also had a Esther Gonzalez SBC yesterday. This one actually looks kind of meta for a really cheap price. Low driven first touch finesse, 5-star, 5-star. She is 5'4". That left stick dribbling has to be really, really good. Her agility and balance maybe needs a boost with an engine. The passing is not the greatest. Composure is a little bit low at this stage of the game, but very good play styles, good rolls, and good play style pluses, and a price of only 70,000 coins, I think. It's just 2 squads to complete her. That's a really cheap and a really good SBC. Now, the upgrades are the next big talking point that we have to cover from yesterday. We have a new daily pack grind, and instead of silvers, it's bronzes. We have the Super Daily Bronze upgrade instead of the Super Daily Silver. Now, we can only do this 3 times per day, but the pack is bigger than the Super Daily Silver. So I think actually EA is kind of making it a little easier on us here. All we have to do is 3 of these, rinse those into the TOTS grinding upgrade, which now, instead of requiring silver cards, requires bronzes. And then, of course, you get the TOTS grind packs, which we can do 30 of per day now instead of 25, and put those into the TOTS crafting upgrade. So the TOTS crafting upgrade, which we wanted to stay, is back, and it is here in the exact same way with the exact same requirements and a new objective, which is really, really cool as well. The one thing I will mention is make sure you do the Super Daily Bronzes and the regular Daily Bronze upgrade, because this is going to give you 6 Daily Bronze packs. This is going to give you 3 of these Super Dailies, and using all those bronzes into the grind, that's how you can keep everything flowing through the menus. This is also going to make bronze pack method pretty viable for the next 4 weeks on this game, as this objective and this SBC is out for 4 more weeks. Bronze pack method is going to be a pretty easy way to make coins from opening those packs and selling the items from it, especially those bronze cards, as they will be selling a bit on the market because of that change from silver to bronze. So I kind of wanted to mention that it's the same exact method as last time, with the bronze to the grind to the silver, from the bronze to the grind to the crafting upgrade. There's no silvers, it's just bronzes this time around. The rest of the upgrade SBCs yesterday included the 83 times 10 refreshing for another 2 weeks, 4 times a day. It's interesting to note that there's Team of the Weeks and Team of the Seasons allowed to be put in this. And Team of the Week cards are up. They might go a little higher today. We'll talk about why. But Team of the Season cards are looking ripe for investment. We're going to invest in those and talk about that a little bit later in the video as well. The other SBC we had yesterday was the 86 plus player pick, just kind of like the 85 plus pick we had last week. It is once again just a single 84 rated squad with 185. And you love to see that as a chance, a small chance, but a chance of packing some blues. The pack weight, that's one conversation we can have really quick. From Serie A Team of the Season, I mean, I didn't pack a ton of blues yesterday, especially from like upgrade packs, 84 7s and 83 10s. Those were really not good in terms of my personal pack luck, but the 86 plus picks did get me a couple of Team of the Seasons, nothing super crazy. But let's go to objectives, where there was actually a good bit of content as well, especially in the live tab right here. Of course, we have our daily play games and our daily play games completionist that is back with some good rewards in terms of packs and SP. We have a TOTS honorable mentions objective here for Vanya Milinkovic-Savic. That's a crazy goalkeeper card in terms of the statistics, so make sure you get this one done for some SP. Also a Kylie Nadaner card as well from the NWSL, a center back there, but mostly that Milinkovic-Savic looks interesting. I think his reactions are really bad, so it may not be the best of a goalkeeper card, but he's super tall. We remember this guy, the OP center mid from Shapeshifters. He's in net still. That's going to be an interesting card to at least try out during the week. And we finally have a chance objective that is back as well, this time for Dybala, but it's very easy to get done. It's only 8 wins. I say very easy. If you play champs and you're a, most of the time, 8, 9, 10 win gamer and above, this is going to be pretty easy to complete. For some extra packs, play your picks, and of course, that Dybala card, who is 5-star, 5-star, a decent card there. And we have yet again another objective yesterday with the TOTS crafting upgrade. This is the real good one right here, guys. Some of these, like, this is going to be super easy to go through. Complete this 100 times for an 86-7. You get an 86 double, an 85-10 along the way, a bunch of 84 plus packs, and then an 86-10 as the overall group reward. I'm sure some of you guys already have this done as well. This is a nice refresh to have with the crafting coming back from the SBC side of things. Now, let's talk about the real big news, and that is the evolutions. Guys, evolutions are now carrying team of the season. I don't know how else to say it. Like, the great evos just continue. And yesterday we had two really good evos. We had our first 92 overall requirement evo. This was leaked a couple of days ago, actually yesterday. We talked about it in the video yesterday as well, and now it is here like that. Just there it is. It was leaked and here it is. 92 rateds fit into the built different center defensive mid evolution. Now it's 125,000 coins, but I think it's pretty worth it to create a 9 goal and gang card with most of the best cards in this having well above 90 in some of their stats. This evolution gives out the pinged pass plus, it gives out intercept plus, and also incisive pass plus. 3 incredible playstyle pluses for a midfielder. Gives a 5-star weak foot as well. And as you can see, 92 rated cards fit. This Andre Santos, who I was using in the cup, what a player he is. Giving him this boost with the extra playstyle plus, that is a fantastic, look at those stats. That is a disgusting card. Great playstyles added to him as well. And then, of course, you have so many other players in here, like 99 passing stat. Pascal Gross fits in this one. You can have 99 passing with every passing playstyle and some playstyle pluses. That is a dope card. That's a phenomenal card there for Pascal Gross. Puteus is pretty crazy with the physical and the defensive boost on her Player of the Month card. I'm tempted to do this one, but I'm not quite sure. And there's so many other players that fit this very, very well. Like the Jude Bellingham free card from earlier on in the year. Like this is what you get for most cards. You get 90 pace, shooting, passing, and physical, and then your dribbling goes to 90 or 91, and your defense goes all the way up to 94, with some cards going a little bit higher in some specific areas. And even like this Desai fits. If you were to just do this evolution for Desai and make him more of a center defensive mid instead of a center back, or use him as a center back and have those great stats, you can. Very versatile evolution, very insane cards that come out of the end of it, like the 99 passing De Jong. Like, look at those stats. Like, who says no? For a complete 90-plus card, 9 golden gang in all the different stat areas for an evolution like this. This is just a fantastic evo. Now, this Vieira is kind of the crazy story to me. We were talking about Vieira Thunderstruck evos over the past couple of days, and here we are with Vieira fitting an evo that basically gives him the best of the both upgrades that we saw from earlier in the week with, what was it, the heavy metal and the sneak attack evos. If you basically combine those two evos together, you get this card. So if you waited on Vieira, that was the best decision possible there. But there's so many great cards in here with the built different. Even today, with the FA Cup final being played, you have a couple hours left to do Showdown Lewis and Wharton. Both of those cards fit in this evolution, can get the pinged pass plus. They could potentially be messed up when they get upgraded, but like if you're a City fan or a Crystal Palace fan and you want some skin in the game, or just want to try to see if something glitchy happens with those cards, that's something to kind of watch out for. Those, again, if you do upgrade a live card like Lewis, we've seen cards with playstyle pluses through evos that are live have their playstyle pluses changed through whatever upgrade EA gives in the showdown, or that has happened with some other cards before, like FC Pro Lives, I think it was. Or that was fantasies. Just be careful with the Rico Lewis or the Wharton, but both of those cards look really good. Look at this Rodri. I've used Team of the Year Rodri for months, and this Rodri Evo comes somewhat close for only 125,000 coins, the Centurions card there. So many of the cards that fit in this evolution, like Jude Bellingham Inform, went from 30k up to 70,000 coins, as he's a favorite in this one. A lot of people are doing his card. So many of these midfielders are up, and so many midfielders on the market took a hit yesterday, as this Evo is very good. Gravenberch from 520k down to 433, and that's just a few of the cards that dropped off and then moved on the market yesterday for that evolution. Now, the other Evo that we had was the leaked one, the center back to striker evolution. Now, normally, not everybody likes these Evos, but I think EA made this Evo so crazy that it's honestly, I think this is the better Evo of the two yesterday, in my humble opinion, because this does something that I don't think any of us were expecting. Who wants a center back with 92 pace and 97 shooting? I'm down, like 100% I'm down, because this is the two ways you can look at this evolution. You can create a center back who you actually want to use at striker, and you're going to give all those playstyle pluses to. Probably you want the card to have either 0 or 1 playstyle plus. in it being aerial so that you can get the low driven plus. Like if you want to play VVD at striker, you put gold VVD or the inform VVD into this, and you get an absolutely crazy Virgil van Dijk striker card who gets finesse, already has power header, and is going to have the aerial quick step and the low driven. That's just crazy, right? VVD with 99 shot power long shots. What a card. So that's fun. But also if you're like, nah, man, I want to put my center back at center back and actually run them there, then this is a great evo to give yourself a pace boost and maybe a quick step plus. Quick step plus, as somebody who's used Maldini, is very, very good on center backs. It gets overlooked, but it's phenomenal. So this cool Dybala that I have here, yeah, he's going to get 97 shooting. I may never use that, but if he has high enough defensive and physical stats already, you could absolutely put a center back in this evo, continue to use them as a center back, and just get the pace boost and maybe some of the play styles that you want through this, the passing and the dribbling boost as well. Like, I'm going to put Varane in this evolution. I had ideas of putting Varane into your favorite figurine, another center back evo that was just released earlier. But this is the Varane that I'm going to be able to make, giving him a passing and dribbling boost that's going to fix his agility and balance problems while still keeping him controlled lengthy, or maybe even mostly lengthy, with a chemistry style. So that's the type of card you can create through this. Either a center back that you want to use at center back, or a center back that you can also use at striker, and honestly just create a really freaking nuts card. And also they only go to 93 rated, which is kind of cool. So I think this evo is it just has that wow factor. Look at the Bombito. I mean, I'm also tempted to do this card. 97 pace with 96 shooting. Sure, the dribbling, the defensive stats there are a little bit lacking, but this is just wild. Like, this is the one that just kind of makes you go, oh, okay, EA, this is really, really interesting, because 97 shooting, that's definitely the highest shooting we've seen in an evo this year, apart from the 99 shooting boost evo that we had. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, look at this Tosin, the live road to the final Tosin Adarabioyo from Chelsea into the evo. He already has 91 defense and physical, goes to 92 pace and 87 shooting. So this one, I love that it's free. I love that it's fun. I love that those two evos carried yesterday's content for sure. And it's just a continuation of what we've seen so much recently with evolutions, is that evos are really but they're just helping the hype of team of the season, because we're creating so many super duper cool cards that we can put into our team. So that's enough evolution talk. We'll talk about them a little bit later in the video. Let's talk about the cards in packs and talk about the Serie A team of the season cards. We'll go straight to the market to look at these, because these started expensive. They had some fluctuations up. We made some good trades yesterday, but most of them have dropped. And to be completely honest, I think these cards are going to act a lot like the Bundesliga cards did. They might go up a little bit today on Saturday, so if you want to try one or two of these out, I think it's fine to buy one or two of them. Just do not hold on to them for very, very long, because even though some of these cards look really good, I feel like some of them are overpriced. McTominay's for 800,000 coins. He's going to be less than that later today, especially with the evo that was out. So many crazy center mids are being created. This Moise Kean card, like, I just picked him up for 500k because he might rise back up a little bit today. He has hype, low driven, 99 pace, but Hugo Ekitike has 99 pace and finesse from last week's team, and he's 80 to 90,000 coins. Like, there's some great cards in this team, especially some budget cards. The Thuram brothers for 100,000 coins, both of them. 145 for Kefrem Thuram and 103 for Marcus Thuram. Those are both very fun cards to try. Lukaku 68k, very fun card to try for his card there. David De Gea is one of the most hype cards in this team, because he finally has a team of the season, a very good card to use. He's 90k, but that's going to be a card that drops off. So just be careful if you're buying any of these. Same thing with the NWSL squad. Chawinga, Rodman, and Wilson are very, very hyped. Rodman is super hyped for that dynamic image. I allegedly hear she does not have the pink hair in game, but that would be crazy. But she's going to be super incredible, even though she does not have the 5-star weak foot. Wilson's cracked. That even Chawinga card might be one of the best, if not the best, behind Wilson in this team. So just be careful with those cards. And Shaqiri as well. I actually just flipped 2 Shaqiris here. This guy seems kind of packable compared to like how most of the 96 rated cards are. Like, this dude is kind of packable. You see him a lot in the market. I was able to snipe 2 of them in the 1.3 million coin range. We sold them for 2.1 yesterday. Bought him just a couple hours ago for 1.3 and just sold him for 1.5. That's a card that if you're going to try out, and I'm sure a lot of you guys want to try him out, just do not hold for very long, because I do believe these cards are going to dip some more today. But I wanted to mention that I have bought a couple of cards here. I bought a Keane. I bought some Lookmans because 99 dribble on him looks pretty crazy, and a couple of Barellas at right under 400,000 coins, because I think those will rise up a little today. But I'm probably going to take the cash if they get into the profit too much, just because I don't want to be stuck with any of those cards. Now, last thing I want to take a look at market-wise is the Bundesliga team of the season cards. I sold Olise yesterday after content at almost 1.1 million coins. He is now back down at 915K. The Bundesliga TOTS cards are on a mad roller coaster ride. They were low yesterday. They went up during the Friday night weekend league bubble. Now they're coming back down again. I think you just got to be careful with these cards. I think they could drop off a little bit more. Maybe they have some rises today. Maybe they have some drops for the rest of the weekend. But since the Serie A cards are probably going to be dropping throughout the day today, or especially into the rest of the time that they're in packs, we saw what that did last week to cards in the Premier League like Isak and other of those players. I'd be a little bit worried about holding onto these cards. But of course, have the fun that you want to have with the cards that you want to use. Now, let's talk market a little bit more. I know you're like, Nate, I don't care about market. I think there's easy coins to make, guys. And it does start with team of the seasons. One of the investments that we were talking a lot about yesterday, I'm still a very huge fan of this, is buying team of the season cards at 15,000 coins and below. Now, there's some other ratings of team of the season cards that I think would be very good too. But any team of the season card at 15K, I think you'll get the best prices on bids. I've got a couple in my club that I've just been bidding on and stocking up for under 15,000 coins. Getting on bids for these is the way to go. And stocking your club is the way to go with these cards, because later on this week, as you remember, we had the TOTS trade-in that is still available. We had the TOTS guaranteed packs, which drop every single week. And TOTS cards last week, all of them were 20 to 21,000 coins on the market. I think this is a great investing opportunity, especially if you can find some of the TOTS cards that are out of packs. I know I'm not going to win on some of these bids here, which is why I'm skipping a lot of them, but a Sells card, or like I was kind of bidding there on a card from Bundesliga or Savava, those are the cards that may go up an extra 1 to 2,000 coins, so you can bid on those. I think those are great investments, because hopefully, just like these TOTS cards were last week, hopefully these team of the season players can go upwards of 21, 22,000 coins. With Serie A SBCs, with the player SBCs, the upgrades requiring TOTS or team of the week, I think TOTS cards are going to rise. I love the investment on them for 15K and below. 93 rated, if you can get them at 15K, phenomenal. Maybe pay 16 for those. And 94 rated, this is a great investment as well. 94 rated TOTS cards for 20K. These were 26K because they're higher rated. 26,000 coins for these last week. You buy these at 20K now. I think that's a good weekly flip. Like, those are cards that you would expect to go back up in price during the latter part of this week. So I think that's a really, really good investment. The other good investment, I think, is related to fodder as well. Do a club stock on 90 rated cards. The gold cards like Hansen, Sam Kerr, Puteas. Yes, we've seen what's happened to the 89s. EA has required the 89s now, and they've gone down to minimum. They've come back up. They're now selling on the market for like 12, 13, 14,000 coins. 90 rateds, look, 90s are cheaper than 89s right now because they're not required in the SBCs like the 89s are. But I think these are an investment for when EA does release an SBC that requires them. Absolutely go to the market right now and pick up especially the out of pack special cards that are 90 rated. That is exactly 100% what I would do at the moment, is go through and stock a Kelly Smith at 13, 14K. I probably would only pay about 13 to 14K if possible on all of these special cards as 90 rateds. But I think that's easy coins in the next couple of days, maybe the next week or two, whatever SBC it could be. EA dropped that 90 specific requirement. Maybe do the same thing with 91s as well. I know a lot of those cards are team of the seasons, but you could do a couple of those, maybe catch a Haaland, a Bonmati, and a Rodri. If you've got a lot of coins and want to park them somewhere, especially for just a quick flip that could net you profit even later on this week, I think that is the place to invest right now. A lot more fodder investing than what we normally talk about, but I think that's going to be the way to go. If you don't want to mess with that and you want to go for some just quick flips in general, you can absolutely get on the market and try to quick flip some team of the seasons. I picked up Osimhen for 1.6 mil flat just a little bit ago. You can trade with evolution cards as well. Remember that now 92 rated cards are leaked to be fitting evolutions. This 92 Marcus Rashford is going to be one of the most hype cards for that. So him right here on this bid of 398, that's what his price was before. He went to almost 600K before 92 rated Evos were leaked. definitely look on the market because there's probably more Evos coming, and that means more of those 92 rated cards could be moving. And of course, you can flip some team of the season cards as well on the market. There's lots of money there. Now, let's talk about today. Let's look forward to today on Saturday in terms of the content that we are expecting. The first thing I want to mention is today's a big day for that fodder. I think you want to get invested for the fodder ASAP because the TOTS trade-in refreshes today for another time, as does the icon player pick. And since the icon player pick refreshes, that means you're going to have more demand for the higher rated fodder and those team of the season cards as well, since they are required for this. So I absolutely think that the TOTS cards are a good investment today. I think I would get involved in those before you have your demand for these packs. I kind of wanted to mention that those two today are a big refresh. Also today, team of the weeks are going to be in demand again. So if you still have team of the weeks in your club tradable, the 100 players pack SBC refreshes today too. And that's probably going to make team of the weeks go up because they're already up. But this SBC only requires team of the weeks, and everybody wants to open a 100 players pack, right? So watch those team week prices to make some coins there. And also, daily player SBCs. That's once again happening during Serie A TOTS. We've got two big names, I guess three real big names: Dumfries, Lautaro, and Zambo Anguissa, and of course the Colby Manu as well. But TOTS-related cards, it's got to be one of these three today. Maybe I'll guess Dumfries. I don't exactly know. We've had a lot of right-back content recently and a lot of right-back SBCs, so maybe EA would not release him today. Maybe they go back-to-back Argentinians with Lautaro Martinez, or maybe they go someplace different with an Ederson or a Nuno Tavares. Actually, that Ederson card looks pretty good. That's the first time I've really seen his card there. That's a pretty decent-looking card himself. So these are the SBCs that we do have leaked right now. Of course, we're expecting one, if not two, of those today. And also, we'd be expecting the 84x5 Serie A or NWSL SBC pack, which of course would give us a chance of packing those specific cards there. So that's one thing to watch out for. And speaking of Evos, we have no leaks at the moment for what our next evolution could be, but that could change at a moment's notice today. So be watching out for the leaks because, again, 92 rated cards fitting evolutions is a big deal for trading and for some of the cards that we have in our clubs. Evos, with the hype they have right now, are going to be the most hyped thing in terms of what we look for content each and every day, with this TOTS content going the way that it's going. Now, just a quick check on the Evos that are expiring today. If you've forgotten to put somebody into the No Way Through, which is a right back Evo that gives the center back position by the end of it, you can go ahead and put somebody in there before it expires today. That is a paid Evo at 75,000 coins. The other Evo that expires today is the TOTS Rush Evolution. I think it gives some play styles. This is one 100% to not skip on. I'm looking at myself when I'm saying this too. I'm going to put this on my 90 Messi inform, I believe, once I finish his Evo. But this one expires today and it gives technical, long ball, and rapid. Is that it? I think it's just those. Yeah, the cosmetic upgrade too. But that's actually a very nice Evo for any 90 rated card to put some playstyles on it and to build that. Last thing to mention from content today, it should be a pretty busy day today to be completely honest, is the Flash Rush event. Should be something in here, a new rush mode, and also some extra reasons, some extra packs, and probably a player reward at the end for playing the Flash Rush event for Serie A/NWSL. That's one thing to watch out for today too. And last thing I want to mention, we mentioned it in the intro, we got to just do a quick mention on this, is FC26. Yeah, it's early. I don't want to talk too much about FC26 yet because it feels like there's no reason to talk about it. We're still in team of the season. There's still Ultimate TOTS. There's still summer content, which I'm really curious about. How is that going to look this year? There's no World Cup. There's no Euros like we've had in some of the previous years. I guess the World Cup was in the winter a couple years ago anyway, but what's the summer going to look like this year? I'm really curious, and I'm really curious as we learn more about FC26, what we learn of EA changing, because it feels like there's so much pressure on FC26, more pressure than in previous years because of how FC25 has gone. Now, some of these tweets, I just want to breeze through. FC26 is all about live events and tournaments. This guy, Detective Foot, one of the leakers who's had Evos be very correct recently. Also, Foot Police, one of our trusted leakers, has been leaking this with him. He says it's going to be very competitive this year in terms of tournaments and stuff like that. There's some new roles, a wide back, center back, box crasher CDM, and an inverted wing back for left backs and right backs, along with new play styles, Enforcer, and then a Aerial Fortress, a Trailblazer, and an Inventive. and then a new focus called versatility. So these are some early leaks. I just kind of wanted to mention this, and if you want to take a look more in depth at these, you can look on his Twitter page. Also, Foot Champs is getting redone. If you're in Division 5 or above, you're in normal Foot Champs. If you're in Division 6 or lower, you're in Foot Champs Challengers. Interesting there. I wonder how the rewards are going to differentiate themselves and how that's going to look. But that's really interesting. Also, Division Rivals is going to have new stage events in terms of like a new scoring system. Win streaks are going to give you more Rivals points. Whoa, that's sick. Win streaks give you double the Rivals points. That's actually phenomenal. I love that idea. Wow. GG's. Anyways, there's so much more with FC26 that I'm sure it's going to be leaked and talked about. And once again, those are very early leaks. So we'll just have to take those with a pinch of salt right now. And once we get closer and closer, we'll get the actual news and info related to those. But I kind of wanted to mention those since you probably saw some action on Twitter yesterday about FC26. So it is worth a mention. Best of luck opening packs today. Make sure you get through all those grind packs. Best of luck if you're playing Foot Champs with those rewards. And this is a message for me and to you. Find something to enjoy about Team of the Season. Like for me, I don't want to do Dybala, but like I know that I would enjoy this card if I did this SBC. I know that I don't want to do maybe some of these other player SBCs in here, but maybe I'll do Rico Lewis right quick here just to have some skin in the game. I have so much 85 and 86 rated fodder in my club. Maybe I'll try the Lars Ricken, or maybe it's the new Lautaro that comes out today. Like I'm just going to try to make this week a fun week for me. I might not even play Foot Champs with like my main team. I might use kind of like a TOTS tryout team and just fit in some different cards and use some different players just to mix it up. So that is going to be the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. Check out the second channel if you want to see me spend over 1.3 million coins on store packs yesterday trying to pack big blues. We did pack one. Ooh, I'm kind of spoiling it right now. Go check that video on the second channel. Best of luck with your champs today and all of your packs. Appreciate you guys. I will see you in a video tomorrow. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.